This video is a quick demonstration of the EvenBetter game. 4 cards each are dealt to 4 players. Gameplay is cooperative. The players come up with yes or no questions that can be asked about the women on the cards. For example, is this woman alive, or is this woman Latina, or does or did this woman do research in algebra? Let's first have a look at each player's hand and consider the questions, is this woman alive or is this woman Latina? This player has 3 cards which would answer the 2 questions with yes alive and yes Latina, and 1, Cartwright, with no and no. Player 2 considers the questions, is this woman alive, is this woman Latina? This player has 2 cards with the yes-no combination, Darden and Higgins are alive but not Latina, 1 with yes, yes, Crespo is alive and Latina, and 1 with no, no, Meade is neither alive nor Latina. Player 3 considers the questions, is this woman alive or is this woman Latina? All 4 cards are yes, no, because all are alive and none are Latina. Finally, player 4 considers the questions, is this woman alive or is this woman Latina? 3 cards are yes, no, and 1, Riviera, is yes, yes. So no player has a card with a combination of no, yes, not alive but Latina. At this point, the players need to think of a different set of questions. So the players decide together to try another 2 questions. Say, does she work in business, industry, or government, and have they been named a fellow of a professional organization? After a similar analysis and discussion, each player chooses 1 card to place on the table, so that the 4 women shown have different answer sets to the 2 questions. Considering the questions, does she work in business, industry, or government, and have they been named a fellow of a professional organization, this time around, the 4 cards in clockwise direction from Dion Price correspond to yes, yes, she works at the US FDA and is a fellow of the American Statistical Association. No, yes, Riviera works at Rice University and is a fellow of SIAM. No, no, Banuelos works at California State University Channel Islands and the card does not mention being a fellow. And yes, no, Darden worked at NASA's Langley Research Center and the card does not mention being a fellow. Advanced play. Decide together on 3 questions and then each player lays 2 cards on the table so that the 8 women shown have different answer sets to the 3 questions. It turns out that we can extend our previous example by adding 1 question. Do or did they work in business, industry, and government? Have they been named as a fellow of a professional organization? And a new question is, are they listed as the first to achieve something in the mathematical sciences? In clockwise direction from Dion Price, yes, yes, yes. Price works at the US FDA, is a fellow of the American Statistical Association, and was the first Black person awarded a doctorate in biostatistics. No, yes, no. Beatrice Riviera works at Rice University, is a fellow of SIAM, and the card does not mention any firsts. Yes, yes, no. Nancy Geller works at the Office of Biostatistics Research of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, is a fellow of the American Statistical Association, and the card does not mention any firsts. Yes, no, no. Angela Robinson works at the National Institute of Standards and Technology. The card doesn't mention being a fellow or any firsts. No, yes, yes. Mary Lucy Cartwright, she worked at Girton College, Cambridge, was a fellow of the Royal Society and the first woman to be elected for that honor. No, no, yes. Sandra Crespo works at Michigan State University. The card doesn't mention being a fellow, and she is the first Latina to hold the rank of professor in the department. No, no, no. Celine Banuelos works at California State University, Channel Islands, and the card does not mention being a fellow or any firsts. Yes, no, yes. Christine Mann Darden worked at NASA. Card doesn't mention being a fellow and was the first Black woman promoted into the top rank of the Federal Civil Service at Langley. If you want to learn more about the game, visit the playing cards subpage in the AWM website. If you wish to buy decks, stickers, and posters, visit the EvenQuads collection subpage of the AWM e-store.